Hey everyone, it's Sunday, October 1st, 2017. I'm Kenosha.
I'm Leah.
And I'm Britt.
And I guess it's time to get a little bit comfy because it's time for a few good things.
Get comfy, grab a snack, maybe a glass of wine, whichever you prefer.
Mimosas would be great.
Yeah.
Let's hit it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Welcome to the week and welcome to Good Things. We're so happy to have you. We've been gone for a couple of weeks, but we are back and we are kicking off fall and this new month, I guess, all together and in force.
Hello,
right?
October.
We are loving, at least I am. I'm loving the weather. We've got some beautiful weather right now in DC. Can't complain about too much of this.
No.
So I know that we pretty much kind of went from like summer to fall in like 24 hours, right? But hey, it's still beautiful. It's a wonderful day. It's Sunday. I want to start off, and I think we want to start off by really just sending a special thanks to everyone out there watching today and all of our supporters for Good Things during our first season and our second season. Supporters, sponsors, viewers, everyone out there, family, friends, thank you so much. You guys really help us do what we do every single day, every single week, and we really couldn't do it without you. And so we really want to thank you. I want to say thanks to WLVS Radio and Listen Vision Studios right here in DC, which is where we are right now.
Love y'all.
And really everyone out there all around the world that are tuning in. It's kind of fun to get a chance to see our stats and see people that are watching us from here to Japan, France, Indonesia, Norway, Sweden. It's exciting, and we're happy to share all of our good things with all of you. First off, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, boo. Yes.
If you guys don't know, we put it on our Facebook page, but this chick over here, she was the nominated and recipient of the Loudoun Times-Mirror's 40 Under 40, and also she just happens to be a favorite banker in
Loudoun's
VA.
favorite banker.
There she is right there. And so, Leah, congratulations.
Thank you.
We
Look
are
at
so
how
proud of you.
professional they made me look.
We are so proud of you. Girl boss, doing a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dream big princess, all of that, you know.
Everything, doing it all.
That must be why I'm so tired today.
Well, you know, it is just what we do, and it's just great. And one thing that we, all three of us, really believe in is celebrating one another and celebrating women and all their accomplishments. And so that goes right up there. So
Definitely.
Congratulations.
Thank
If you
you.
want to know more about the Loudoun Time-Mirror's 40 Under 40, you can just visit their website or their Facebook page, and you can see all the nominated people for 2017 and watch out for 2018.
Yeah.
So I'm tired, as you said. This has been a long week.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the weather change, but I'm tired.
Yeah. How's your week been?
About the same.
Yeah.
'Cause I have to travel next week. I'm going to be gone away from my kids and my husband all week. So
You're
I'm
like
already
leaving right after you leave
right
the
after
show.
the show.
Yeah.
I'm already tired.
Yeah,
for next week.
I think the transition, definitely the whole back to school thing,
gosh.
is. I think I haven't really gotten quite into the groove of the schedules and the agendas. I know there are parents out there that are like, I love when there's back to school because the kids go away. For me, it's more hectic. I don't know. I just feel like there's more things to keep up with. There's more
things
schedules
going on.
There's more things going on. Today, husband's got birthday party duty, with the 4-year-old. I mean, there's just a lot happening. And I don't know if I've just caught up yet. I usually give myself about a month. So I haven't really hit that yet. I think I have a couple days. But, I'm happy that we're into the new season.
Yeah.
I'm also a little scared because then I feel like that signals holidays.
Yeah,
Oh
they're
my
coming.
They are coming so fast.
Yeah.
Anytime you see like pumpkin spice everything, like Halloween's around the corner, and then it's Thanksgiving, and then it's Christmas and New Year's, and like.
Well, Jay and I are so excited because we're like your husband and we love Christmas.
Yes.
And last year we didn't really celebrate Christmas. We didn't do gifts. We didn't do anything because we were getting married. So this year we're gonna try and
You're gonna
go all
You're gonna
out?
turn up.
Yeah,
You have a
probably.
Christmas turn up.
I'm probably gonna show up at your guys' house.
Come on
dress up
over.
as Santa Claus.
Please, well, so love that
love
because my
that.
husband is Clark Griswold Part 2, and I love it. It's hilarious to me because my grandfather was the same way, and so
You
somehow-
marry what you know.
This is so true.
Amen.
This is so true. So yes, please come on over. Well, one thing that I believe is so important when we're talking about, changes and things like that. And, you heard all of us just now talk about how
We're
we're just
tired.
like, we're tired. And sometimes I think we have to be a little bit aware of maybe why we're tired and, where some of that extra energy is being spent. And sometimes the best thing to do is to look inward. And last month was actually the official, the very first year, but it was the official Self-Care Awareness Month. But I think, self-care is something that we need to talk about all the time.
Yeah.
We talk about it, more so, I think, with women just because we tend to carry a lot, whether we are wives, mothers, both, none, whatever. We just
tend
carry
to
a lot of
let
weight.
self-care slip more so than
Absolutely.
anybody else.
Absolutely. And I think we have a harder time defining it because I think we tend to over generalize what self-care should be. And so I think it's important that we kind of talk about it a little bit. And, today, we know our lives are just very packed. And I think most people are in today's society. And so sometimes it makes it a little bit harder to step back.
Right.
And to recognize maybe those things that we need to do. For a lot of the things that we do, we tend to, as you said, take care of others a lot, put ourselves secondary, and we're just, we're just neglected, and we neglect ourselves a little bit. So, I think a lot of us sometimes also just don't know how to define what we need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And figure out the best way to do that. But I think we should talk a little bit about self-care and definitely just kind of a few ways that, we can maybe approach that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite sayings is you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
That goes like right along with this. Like you got to take care of you
Yeah.
before you try to take care of others.
Yeah. And I think some things is that a lot of people think that it has to go into a nice little
Like a
neat
little box. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is self-care right in here.
Yeah.
Nothing
Some people
outside of
think
it.
it's just like a massage,
Could be.
which is great.
Which it could be.
Yeah. Massages are great. Going to a spa to, get pampered, to relax. Sometimes, it's also great to maybe take a walk, do something along those lines. But I think it could also be bigger than that and more expansive.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. What do you think?
It's funny, my husband and I were just listening to a book on tape when we were driving my mom to the airport yesterday, and it was talking about how people do self-care is a lot of times directly related to how they were raised. So if you were
so
raised in
true.
an environment where it was kind of shameful to take a break or to be sick or to allow yourself to relax,
Absolutely.
then anytime you feel that coming on, you're going to feel like I'm a failure. You're going to start
There's
shaming
guilt.
yourself. For
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel guilty because I'm taking a break today, or many of you have noticed I'm sitting on the left today, not the right. I can't turn my head this way. So that was probably a clue that I need to take a break from the gym. And I do work out really hard, and I love it, and I love fitness. But I definitely can say with a new job, and I was traveling, and we're going to be traveling more, and company in and out, I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think it's okay to sit back and identify what you need to do to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
and what self-care works for you. Because what works for me isn't going to work for Kenosha.
Absolutely.
Isn't going to work for Britt.
Yeah.
I mean, a massage may work for someone. Someone else may just need to be introverted and sit in their house and read a book for a weekend.
Just be quiet.
Yeah.
For like 5
I
minutes.
used to, like, my me time was, I would sneak out. I would say, like, oh, I'm going to the grocery store to get such and such. But I would go to a bookstore, and I would just sit, like, in a nice comfy chair and read a couple pages. I wouldn't buy anything, because that would, like, give it away that I wasn't at the grocery store. But I would just sit there and, like, just be alone.
Well, I got you. I remember right after my son was born, and it was just literally just from being quiet. I wasn't anxious or upset or anything like that. Fortunately, blessed to not have any issues with like postpartum or anything like that. But I was just tired. And so I would literally get in my car, kind of the same thing. I'm going to the store. I'll be right back. I would like go drive across the street, which there was like a park. I would literally just park there and just sit in my car just by myself. And just sit for like 10 minutes. I'd put on like a little timer on my phone so that I wasn't there like an hour and didn't realize it, or like fall asleep, and just breathe.
But isn't it interesting how a lot of times, and we're not going to say this is always the case, but a lot of times men are a lot better at saying, I'm done.
Yes.
And they go upstairs and they lay down. But women, we feel like we have to leave the house.
Yes.
Take a vacation. Escape.
Yes.
We feel like it's not as acceptable for us to just take a break and be tired.
It
Correct.
feels selfish
Right.
for us, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's always something else going on. There's always like, I could be doing this around the house, or I could be doing that, or
Right.
somebody needs this or that. And so if we put that to the back burner and put ourselves to the forefront, it feels like we're taking care of ourselves first, which we need to
We
sometimes.
need to do. Well, you know what? I think that one of those things that is the most important is recognizing when you need that time out. I think that's the first thing.
Yep.
Once you recognize that, and not to say that in recognizing it, you're going to officially act on it, because yes, we know that it's not always possible to do that. We may not have the time. However, I do think that you can kind of maybe take a moment and maybe enact some sort of a plan to do
Absolutely.
so. And we want to help you with that plan.
Yeah.
So we've devised a little, what we want to call kind of a self-care guide, and maybe something to help you jumpstart. And so it's going to be what we're going to call the Good Things 30-Day Self-Care Challenge. And it's just going to be a little guide, just some ideas that you can enact every day, one for each day of the month. We know there's 31 days in October, so find one you like and do it again.
twice.
Or just take a break.
Just take a break. Yes, either way, that's also good. And sometimes self-care is also reflecting goodness out onto someone else, but not in a, in a organized, planned way. So
Well,
go ahead.
we always talk about being kind to each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
And I think that a lot of times people are unkind to each other because of the stress and because of how they're feeling. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. They're projecting how they're feeling.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
if you can, I always, when I haven't done yoga in a long time, my husband will very kindly say to me, maybe you should go to yoga.
You need to stretch that out.
Yeah. Because you're at about a 15 and I like you at like a 5.
Right.
So, but that's my thing of knowing that just, going to yoga regularly makes me a better person. And it makes me a nicer person.
Well, and I think when we're a little more even-keeled, all of us,
Yes.
it's just a better world out there, right?
Yeah.
So if you want, I would love to have everyone take a part and, choose some things that you like. We hope there's something there for everybody. But you could also join in, show us, how you want to enact self-care for yourself. We would love to have you share your self-care pledge with us, and we would love to have you take a self-care pledge. And if you want to do so and share it, or if you're doing one of the self-care activities that is going to be provided on the Good Things 30-Day Self-Challenge Guide, share it with us. And, many ways to do that.
We have a hashtag.
We do.
Hashtag my self-care pledge. And then don't forget to hashtag us, hashtag Good Things DC.
And that's all you need to do. Take your time. Take care of yourself. If you want to find that guide, you'll be able to find it after the show on our social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And Good Things DC, and just look for the Good Things 30-Day Challenge Guide. It'll be right there for you. So, you know, you can download it.
Absolutely.
Yep. Or you can share it. We'd love for you to share it.
Yeah.
Screenshot it.
Do it with a
Email
friend.
it.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah.
So with that, we'll be right back.
Hey there. Let's talk about self-care. Now, Parks and Rec, of course, is pretty great, but self-care is more than just treating yourself. Self-care is not a reward, though sometimes that can be part of it. It's a vital piece of the ongoing process of being a human. To quote the self-help classic Codependent No More, self-care is an attitude that says, I am responsible for myself. In other words, I am my responsibility, and I will honor that responsibility as I would anything else that was precious to me. So let's make an action plan for using self-care to make our lives more awesome. Step 1. Recognize that it is indeed okay to take care of yourself. Nay, it is not just okay, it is smart. As Lifehacker puts it, self-care helps prevent burnout, reduces the negative psychological and physical effects of stress, and helps you refocus on what's true and important. Like, there's an entire peer-reviewed international journal on burnout. This is like a real big difficult problem to solve. Now, this may seem counterintuitive, but it actually makes you more productive, not less, to set time aside for yourself. And regardless of your productivity levels, recognize that you are a human being, and that is enough to warrant compassion and kindness. For real. Step 2, ideally before the need strikes, research outwardly and inwardly what self-care means and what works for you. There are self-care actions that can help pretty much everyone: getting proper nutrition, some exercise, enough sleep, hydrating, and taking small breaks throughout the workday. I like to go for walks, and I like to be forced to do it by my friends or family or baby. We'll link to a list of almost 50 self-care actions down in the doobly-doo. But everyone is unique, so it's important to ask what actions make me feel better. Journaling, texting something nice to a friend, like watching videos of pug puppies, doing a bunch of push-ups, pillow fights, putting some projects on the back burner maybe. I personally am all in for the baby cuddles. I have a baby now, and I feel like I'm doing a thing that I was designed for, and that I need to be doing, and that I also just really like. Sometimes he's angry though, and he yells at me, but most of the time I get cuddles. Now, one possible self-care action from us to you: start a digital warm and fuzzy file and fill it with compliments or kind words you've received, good memories, and favorite photos. Like, I have to admit, I get lots of people saying nice things about me on the internet, and that helps get me through the day. Being able to look through this file when you're feeling down might go a long way to bringing you back up. You want this list to be both ample and flexible, and you may even want to break it into different categories. For instance, T. Michael Martin, the fellow who wrote this script, by the way, has a spreadsheet of self-care actions organized by types of negative experiences. After all, the self-care you need while you're depressed may not be the same self-care that helps when you're overwhelmed with work. Also, if other people are involved in these self-care actions, it's totally cool to let them know now that they are part of your action plan. They may not always be available, but odds are if they're a good friend, they're gonna do their best to do their part. Step 3, self-care powers activate. It's best if you can recognize the warning signs that you could use some self-care before things go into the red zone. For me, by the way, it's when I notice my fingers going to websites that I didn't intend on going to. Like, just typing in reddit.com when I have a ton of work to do is a sign that I should go for maybe a little walk to recharge the batteries. If you're keeping a journal, you might notice a pattern or two in your behavior. Perhaps you'll notice a bleaker mood than normal or disturbed sleep. Either way, once the need becomes apparent, consult your list and follow through. And that is all that we have for you today. But if you have any self-care tips, please let us and other people who are looking know down in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. In the meantime, take care of yourself, your friends, and your neighbors. It's the adult thing to do.
Welcome back to Good Things. So for season 2, we started this little chit chat segment called I'm Just Saying.
Yeah.
And it just gives us an opportunity to kind of sound off on some stuff that we see, hear about, experience that sometimes we just don't understand. And I think sometimes when you have those moments, it's good to talk about as a group.
Yeah.
Because maybe somebody can help shine a light on something that just may have just gone right over your head. And also sometimes, getting a little more understanding can create more patience with some things that we just don't get. But I kicked it off last time, so I think I'm going to pass the baton to Leia and have her give us a couple of maybe her I'm just saying moments.
This one is so near and dear to my heart because I think I have been talking about this topic for probably the last 10 years.
Ooh.
If you are a
I'm scared.
hairstylist, makeup artist, I don't care, anyone that works in the client industry business, please do not post about clients on your Facebook, social media, Snapchat, Instagram, anywhere.
Whoa.
In any capacity. Now, if you want to share a photo of your new amazing hair color you did on someone and tell them how awesome they are, we would love to see that. But complaining about clients who don't show up on time, complaining about clients who don't tip you correctly, it just makes you look unprofessional.
And I have to chime in and agree on that just because we are in a day and age of social media that,
Correct.
hasn't always been there. And not that these things don't happen.
They
Clearly.
absolutely happen.
Yeah.
And it can be annoying, especially as a professional. I think, I know in our practice we deal with it all the time.
But there's a time and a place to
There
vent that
is
kind of stuff.
Well, and the thing is that, telling someone, like you said, telling the public or someone else necessarily about it doesn't necessarily just, give you any kind of resolve.
I mean, perfect example, just someone sharing a Snapchat video of someone and it could ruin their entire business.
Yes.
Everything. The internet is forever.
It is.
Everything will get back to you. There is no...
Yeah. And whether you like it or not, when you go into business for yourself or when you go into an industry where you have to service clients, like you are your brand. Your social
Absolutely.
media reflects you and it reflects your business.
Yes.
And, if I'm seeing a professional just drag a customer kind of through the mud, that doesn't give me any inclination to seek out that person's
Right,
services. So
right.
you lose customers by being mean to the customers you
Well,
already
yeah, and
have.
then you wonder if that person's
Is talking
demeanor,
about you.
or if they're just
Yeah.
going to put that off on every single person
Yeah.
that they work with. If
Yeah.
that expectation becomes inground, which I do think sometimes that can happen, because then you start to think, well, if everybody is like this, then anybody I come across is going to be that way, which is not
Correct.
true, and then it's
Right.
not fair.
Right.
No.
So, yeah, I do think that it's definitely something that is better kept within.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or vent to your friends, vent to your mom,
Yeah.
vent to your dog.
Vent to a glass of wine. It will not speak back to you nor disagree. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying.
and you'll probably feel a whole lot better afterwards.
Yeah, you really will.
Well, and the thing is that I think the takeaway is to always think about who is reading, who is
Listening.
listening,
Yeah.
because someone may not share your same viewpoint, and it can ultimately become something where you are trying to defend, even though you could be in the right.
Yeah.
You're defending your persona because then it gives someone the opportunity to say, well, that person is probably just going to be, they're going to find any reason to think that, something's wrong.
Right.
And then they might, like you said, they might talk about me when I leave, and I may have thought that everything went perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Keep
Please
it
don't.
clean. Keep it positive.
yeah,
Just remember, you are your brand.
basically.
You are your brand.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just saying.
We're just saying.
There's a time and place for everything.
And Instagram and Facebook might not always be the
Definitely
right time
not
or
Snapchat
place.
either.
Or
No,
Snapchat.
no. Find the place, use it correctly, and we promise you, in the end, you'll have a much more positive outcome and probably a higher clientele.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you know what we have coming up next? We want to share with you a few events that are happening. We know fall is a busy time.
Yeah.
Right here in the DMV.
Lots of events
I'm
coming
hoping
up.
there's some donuts on this slide.
I don't know if there's any donuts, but there is some food. So
Yeah, okay.
take a look at some upcoming DMV events, and we'll be right back.
Yep.
Sparky the Fire Dog here to remind you, a home escape plan should include 2 ways out from each room in your home. That usually means a door and a window. Also, remember to keep all exits free of clutter and make sure windows can open and close easily. For more information about home escape planning and Fire Prevention Week, visit fpw.org. Gee, that's good information.
Introducing Sculpture, the world's first light-based, non-invasive lipolysis device to treat stubborn fat. This versatile system can target multiple anatomical areas during a single 25-minute procedure. 4 flat, non-suction applicators and contouring frames can be customized into a variety of configurations to meet patients' needs. The 1060 nanometer wavelength has a high affinity for adipose tissue. This energy is delivered through a proprietary modulation method and elevates subdermal temperature between 42 and 47 degrees Celsius within 4 minutes. Continuous contact cooling keeps the dermis and the patient comfortable throughout the treatment. The controlled energy delivery destroys up to 24% of subcutaneous fat in just 25 minutes. Over time, fat cells are eliminated by the body's lymphatic system. Results can be seen in as little as 6 weeks, with optimal outcomes in 12 weeks. Sculpture, innovative, light-based technology to destroy stubborn fat in just 25 minutes. To learn more, visit sculpture.com or call 1-888-SCULPTURE.
Hey everyone, welcome back. You know, it's always important to, I think, put your best self forward, right? You always want to, show your best self, whether it's in something you're doing, work, at home, maybe just your own personal talents. But I think whether you're tackling like a life challenge or you're exploring maybe a new talent or a new activity, getting over maybe a fear, some people have a bucket list, they want to jump out of planes and parachute, whatever it is. I think if you give it your best, you can't go wrong, right?
Not all the time. No. I feel like I'm queen of not all the time. I can give it my best, and it's really not going to pass any test. But hey, I think, maybe my husband and my mother always give me a gold star for trying, so that's why I keep trying things.
Keep trying, right?
I don't know. But you know what? I think we can decide because guess what, you guys? It's time for...
Good thing. Good thing, not a good thing. Not a good thing. And this is going to be like a special video edition. So let's take a look at a few clips, and then we'll come back and tell you what we think.
How we feel.
Ladies and gentlemen, who's ready out there to meet their superheroes?
Disney.
Let me hear you scream.
I feel like this is going to be really bad.
Please welcome out for your hashtag Incredibles Super Dance Party. Make some noise for the one and only Elastigirl. Let's hear it for her, everybody. Girl.
Oh no.
Elastigirl.
That was supposed to happen. She just tripped over and her face fell off.
Oh no.
Mrs. Incredible fell down.
And she lost her face. She cracked her face.
What a great start to the
Let me see everybody. Come on, make some noise.
Nice recovery.
Good recovery.
By the host, right?
Yes, the MC was great.
I mean, I think it's a good thing because we have to show children that it takes a lot to get into that stuff and make it look good and believable.
Yeah,
and
I agree. I mean, it's
I'll
two
say
for
good
me
thing, too.
because
Going
you know
good.
what? There's a lot of pressure. I think on like Disney, and I think there's a lot of pressure on parents. They want to give their kids like the best experience, and it is a magical place, right?
Yeah.
it's magical, but it's not perfect.
It's
and
not-
everybody has to remember that life is not perfect.
Sometimes you make mistakes, you fall, your face falls off, you just got to get up, put your face back on.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go. So, hey, you know what? I'm going to give that a good thing, even though a bad thing happened.
Off camera.
Oh. And you know what? Hey, I'm just
good
glad
thing.
that there was a great recovery. And I'm pretty sure that Elastigirl came back out and was better than ever. So,
Is that her name, Elastigirl? I called her Mrs. Incredible.
It's that too.
Okay.
Yeah. So when she's not in her garb and everything. So,
Got it.
yeah. So
Okay.
that was a good thumbs up. Let's see the next one.
What's next? I'm nervous.
Me too. Oh.
Oh, honey. Oh, honey.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Okay. All right. So here's what I'm thinking about that. So alcohol, limbo,
It's a combination of things that just
and a parking lot. I don't even know what you call gate.
Yeah.
parking
but
garage,
She does know
entry.
cars drive through those, right? So
It's like one of those things where like your mom tells you like, don't play over there, you can get yourself in trouble.
Basically.
She should not have been playing over there. She got herself in trouble.
I mean, there was someone taping it, so be careful who
Well,
your
someone was
friends are.
taping it because she was probably supposed to do this like fabulous limbo.
on Snapchat.
Probably. Yes. We're going to talk about some things on Snapchat later too. But yeah, just, you know what?
No.
That said nothing for pedestrian. It is for cars. Leave it to the vehicles and not for your dance antics.
Yeah, and we're laughing about it, but really like that wasn't safe. Like
No.
something really bad could have happened.
Yeah.
So like not a good thing.
Not a good thing. Not a
Thank
good
you.
thing.
Thank you for bringing up the mother safety part, because you know I would never be the one to do that.
All right, let's see the next
What's
one.
next?
Can we top it?
Probably.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
He's got the moves.
All right.
Breaking it
He's
down.
feeling himself.
Bringing it around. Okay.
Everything looks good. I don't know what. Okay, don't fall. He's not gonna fall.
Oh!
Oh, there it is.
Not expecting that.
Okay. All right. And then, all right. Slow motion. All right.
I'm going with both.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with both.
I'm going with both too.
So I've been a dancer. I've been in the studio all my life, pretty much, and I've seen some things happen. I don't know if I've ever witnessed anything like that.
Quite like that.
You know, normal stuff, people getting dropped. I've seen, you know, people slipping and falling. I've seen injuries happen. However, I know if any one of us would have broken any of the mirrors in any of the studios that I ever were in, we probably would have gotten the yardstick. So that would not have been a good thing.
Plus, not to mention, like, what is he going to have 7 years of bad luck when you break a mirror?
Well, that's a special mirror. So I don't know.
That's
you
not
might
just
tack
any
on-
mirror?
No.
Well, I mean, break a leg and a mirror. That's double bad luck.
Yeah. Well, oops. And I just lost my earring. Oh, well.
It's okay. Her
But-
haircut's good enough to make up for it.
You don't
In
even
case you guys
need
haven't
'em.
noticed, let's talk
Look
about the
at
good
this
things.
fabulous.
They cut her hair and still looks awesome. Britt and
Thank
I were
you.
just talking about the fact that we could not pull that off.
Not at all.
I had to grow up a little bit. I think I'm having the year 40.
Well, you said I had to grow up a little bit, but like,
Yeah, you look
younger.
younger.
Which
you.
I didn't even think was
I
possible.
love these two. They just make me feel good every time I'm here. Probably a little bit better than this next person. Let's
Yes.
take a look.
I'm nervous. What's happening?
Okay, wait. This is
Oh, a
not
tightrope
good.
across a swimming pool. Why?
This is not. Okay, you're gonna fall in the water. Okay, clearly.
I'm not really sure what's going on
Let's
this
try it again. We're gonna do it a different way.
Perseverance, guys.
Hey.
Lesson.
Oh my gosh!
Okay. Okay. All right.
Oh my
I'm
god. I shouldn't be laughing. It's obviously someone's place.
Yeah. What the person underneath?
What?
Not okay.
No.
Okay, I can't see it anymore. Okay.
That.
Wow.
Not a good thing.
No. Okay, so
There's so much bad about that video. Like so many things.
there were so many other ways you could have done that. So if you really wanted to walk across a rope and see if you could make it, granted, if you fell, you're just falling into a pool. No harm done, right? Really?
You have to know your structure too.
Yeah.
I mean, that did not look like a sturdy
Not
building.
at all. Let's talk about like how not sturdy that building was.
Yes. I mean, but the person sitting underneath it
I mean, they were just trying to enjoy a Mai Tai. They were having a time of
in
their
the
lives.
shade.
Yeah. So good thing for the person enjoying the Mai Tai. Bad
Not
thing.
good thing for the bricks that probably fell on their head.
Yeah.
I mean, just it's nothing good about that.
No. 911, I'm sure, was called, and
And the fire department.
Hurt my soul a little bit.
look, it was kind of
difficult,
It
right?
was okay. I was okay with the first person
lot.
falling in the pool. That was
Yeah.
okay, but yeah, no. All right, I think we got one more, and then we're gonna wrap this up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coca-Cola. Give it up for them. Awesome.
All right. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna let you start off with this one because I already have.
All right. First off, that kind of looked like they were at church.
Yes.
I don't know if they were or not, but I have never
Yes.
brought a motorcycle inside.
Why
a church
would you?
before. Right. It's called a motor vehicle because they go on roads.
It belongs outside.
It belongs outside.
Not in the church.
And in
Correct.
honor of it being Sunday, and it was at church, not that you can't have church on other days, but,
True.
you know, whether you were trying to get people's attention, I mean, God isn't enough, I think. Did you, anything could have happened.
But they could have gotten a small motorcycle from Walmart.
scooter,
for
a scooter.
Anything else. We don't need
could
a
have
Harley
demonstrated
Davidson.
that point in a much like
I
safer.
don't know
Like
what
I think he was just trying to be cool. Like he didn't look cool. Obviously, like you don't do that all the time because you didn't do it right in church.
What point was he demonstrating?
You had God on your
I don't
side.
know what point he was demonstrating.
You was in the house of the Lord. You almost lost your life.
Well, I guess if you're going to lose your life anywhere.
And others as well. It's just
not a
okay.
good
It's
thing.
not a good thing. So people, look, we're all about trying new things.
Correct.
Having fun.
You know,
New haircuts.
hey, bringing other people into your circle, meeting new people, new friends.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe even showing off a little bit
Yeah.
if you've got that talent to do so or that ability. But you know what? Can we keep it safe?
Yep.
Correct. And listen to your mother. You are who you hang around. So if you see
Seriously.
people continually getting injured with the same group of friends, you should probably
Don't hang out
find
with
a new
them.
group of friends.
Yeah. Let's just make it stop. But hey, we'll be right back with more good things.
When I think about older girls, myself included, my sisters, my daughter, that are influenced by the idea of the Disney princess, you know that this is an opportunity to inspire girls to do something more.
It is inspirational to have kids see a story they can relate to.
I find that the Disney princesses are such strong female role models for young girls to show that girls can be anything, that girls can do anything.
So my favorite princess is Princess Tiana because she was the first African American princess and she's an entrepreneur.
Pocahontas was very memorable within my childhood.
Belle because she is just courageous, smart.
You know, it's going out there and being who you're going to become.
Breaking molds, taking on challenges, leading.
Es muy importante que las niñas conozcan estas historias inspiradoras porque hay magia dentro de todos nosotros.
Sometimes you need to see role models and people out there doing the things that you aspire to be doing.
If you continue to tell kids to dream big, it ignites that precious curiosity.
It really enables people to see beyond their situation. They are coming together to say that these traditions don't work for us.
It's girls working together
I really wanted to be a part of this campaign because I hope that I can inspire others to pursue what's in their heart.
We shouldn't put girls or anybody in a box. That honestly, you can be whoever you want to be, and that's celebrated.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Good Things. Just like many of you, the three of us spend some time, a lot of time, mostly during our days, trying to figure out ways to make things easier, make things in our life smoother, and figure out how to get it all done in the best, probably most efficient way possible, right?
Yeah.
And, sometimes the smallest little things, items, tips, shortcuts, sometimes really can make a really big difference. And so we want to share with you some of the good things that we're loving right now that, have either just caught our eye or just help make our everyday a little bit easier. And so I'm going to start with you. Leia, what are you loving right now?
So in the season of fall, I obviously love candles.
Yes.
And I do have a pet, and I do foster dogs, and so that's always a revolving door at my house of animals. But I don't want my house to smell like I have animals.
That's important.
So
It is important.
these
I go over
are
to your house.
amazing pet house candles, and they smell
This
so
one
good.
is
Apple cider.
Oh, wow. Oh,
They
sorry.
smell amazing.
Ooh.
And they burn, I think it's something crazy, like 89 hours or something they burn for.
That's good.
And they smell even when they're not burning. Even if I just have the
open it
cap
up.
off, they do smell
As soon as she
really,
opened
really
it,
good.
you could
could smell the aroma.
Smell it. Yeah.
They're fantastic. They're safe for your pets, which is a big thing. And a lot of people don't realize that a lot of the scented things in their homes can cause their pets to have allergies. And they have a much more sensitive nose than we do.
This is true.
So it can really bother them.
Where can we find this? Is this just a
So
pet
this
store?
pet stores, most pet stores, of course, I have a local pet store that I love to plug that's in Happy Hound, which is in Lansdowne. It's over where we live in Virginia, and incredible husband and wife opened it. And I just love, support your local businesses.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anytime you can, go to the small guys because they'll treat you the best and
Yes.
they'll really appreciate, where your money's going.
Oh, yeah.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
Second product, we all talk about skincare, obviously.
Yes.
We talk about skincare every day.
All day.
And it took me a really long time to find something that I genuinely love. Andalou Naturals. So I use their apricot probiotic cleansing milk. And all of their products are vegan, which I don't know if we've said it or not, but Leia is vegan.
Yes.
So it's really important for me not to have products that are tested on animals.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my skin looks brighter. It's clearer. I love their Goji Peptide Perfecting Cream. It doesn't get overly oily. I can wear it in the summer and in the winter. And of course, they have a plethora of other creams that you can use as well. So night creams, repair creams.
And it's always especially when you're switching seasons. It's really important.
Correct.
I know we tell our patients this all the time to not get so tied to your general skincare routine because sometimes you might need a little switch when the weather changes. So that's
Absolutely.
important. That's important.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Oh my gosh. So I'm obsessed.
I've been looking at this thing all day.
I tried to take it from her before we started filming.
Brett actually did. So I am in love with capes this season, and I'm just going to put it on because it's so amazing. And I don't know about you, but in the winter, I hate driving because my arms are tied.
Yes.
I can't move with a coat on. It's bulky, it's big, and capes are fantastic. Yeah. You can wear anything under them. This one clips right here. It's really cute.
So you can cover up the
see that, I know,
neck.
right here.
So cute.
And it just makes you look a little more put together.
More
Even
polished.
if you just have leggings on and boots, you put a cape on and people think you tried.
Yeah.
And I'm all about that.
And that is important. Yeah. And so is this one any particular brand that you like?
So this is actually a really cute boutique called Scout and Molly's.
Yeah.
Sorry, in Reston.
Shouting you out, Scout and Molly.
And did want to let you know that each of the Scout and Molly stores are very independent. So there are numerous stores, but each of them are franchised by different owners. So if you go into a different one, you're going to see different designers and different styles.
Awesome.
So it was interesting to me because I went to another Scout and Molly, and I didn't really find anything I liked. Come to find out, 4 hours later, I went in the one in Reston and spent a whole lot of money.
Well, again, visit your local, your local retailers and your local franchises, because you never know what you might find. Well, I'm going to kick it over to Britt.
Yeah. So I'm going to first start with something that I'm loving. And so Leah talked about being vegan. And the three of us, we're very close. And so we talk about things. And I had been sharing with her, I was having tummy issues and I was feeling really tired. And Leia's very nurturing and giving, and she wants to take care of everybody. And so long story short, she has me trying out different things in my diet, which has been great, especially this here. So this came from Whole Foods. Their bakery shop.
Now,
it is empty. There were cookies in there. On the way here, I did eat them.
On
the way
record,
here.
I did not tell her to go out and buy cookies to make her stomach feel better.
No. So
these are good cookies.
These are good. They're vegan cookies, so they have no dairy, they have no animal products, and really dairy is the thing that kind of gives me a tough time. But I have a sweet tooth, so I like to be able to indulge every now and again. Now this wasn't full when I got here, so I didn't eat a 10 full of cookies. I did have a couple. Whole Foods Market. They are called molasses sandwich cookies or ginger sandwich cookies.
Yeah.
They're so good.
And ginger is actually good for
your tummy.
Yeah, for your tummy and digestion as well. So, all right, what's next? Next, I want to get it all in.
So next, we have a picture that we're going to throw up.
You can go and talk about it, though.
So everybody's heard about Rihanna, her Fenty Beauty line.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I really love this line because I love what she has done for all hues of people. So if you guys haven't heard about it, she's got 40 or 50 different
it's
hues.
40. I think it's 40. But the cool thing is that it goes all the way. In dermatology, we use the term Fitzpatrick. And so a lot of times, unfortunately, what happens with a lot of companies is they look at the general Fitzpatrick chart, which is basically a 1 to 6 chart to measure, the shade or your complexion. And, 1 being very light, what we consider like porcelain, and then 6 being very dark.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
You're not a 1. But the problem is that a lot of companies only base their, especially cosmetic companies, off of this very small, and they don't go in between.
Yeah.
And so then it just makes it hard, not just for someone. A lot of times it is hard, I think, for ethnic women, but I think it's just hard in general because she has something for someone who's albino.
Yeah.
Never.
So
seen
imagine
that.
people who suffer from albinism and they only have that 1 through 6 spectrum. Like how rare it is for them to find something that
they're
makes
not going
them
to be in that.
Yeah.
So get out
So I
there,
thought that was
and it's
awesome.
exclusive to Sephora, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Good.
Well,
so hit up your local Sephora. And then my last thing is also another picture. So we were talking kind of about making life easier. And I'm a mom and a wife. I have 2 kids.
These things.
Date night. So we can't always get out to do a date night. Just when you have kids, like sometimes it's just not possible. You have a sitter and then your sitter cancels.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, just sometimes it doesn't work. So that photo came from Working Mother magazine. Actually, Leah and I connected with Audrey, who wrote the article, and she gave these cute, fun tips to have in-home date nights. So that photo was if you decided to put the kids to bed and watch a scary movie.
Netflix and chill.
Movie. Yeah, Netflix and chill. So think about being on the couch with your hubby or your significant other, and the scary scene comes up and then they reach for you and they grab you, and you get a lot of intimacy that way. So I thought that was cool.
It's always fun, and then there's less pressure.
Yeah. The only thing is, and my husband and I are very guilty of this, put the phones away.
Yeah.
Because you can't have Netflix and chill and really bond with your spouse.
Technology, bye-bye.
If you're on your phone the whole time.
You know what I thought you were going to say? Don't fall asleep.
That's another one, too.
I mean, I love to sleep, but I'm pretty good about not falling asleep when something's on. I used to be worse, actually. It must be the whole vegan thing. I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm going to start mine
Shameless
before
plug.
we wrap up. So I have 3 really quick things, and my first one kind of just obviously comes from the industry that I work in. And although, we work in a specialized industry. I work in dermatology, and so I don't always necessarily wear like traditional scrubs. Our MAs most of the time do, but there have been some companies that have come out with some really great, more fashionable, functional wear.
So cute.
And I am in love with the new Janu line, and I brought like a couple. You can see the pictures here, where it's a little more streamlined. It's more fashion forward, and you don't feel like when you leave work that everybody knows you left the hospital or you left working with patients. One of my favorite prints, I have a little top here. It's got my little insignia on it. But I am in love with it because I'm always trying to be able to do two things at once, and this is just another quick, easy way. And the fabric is great, and it's just easy, and you can order them online. My other little tip and trick is that now that school is back in, and because I've started kind of doing a lot more meal planning for myself.
We have those
Bento boxes. They are everything. And I use them. My husband uses them. Our 4-year-old uses them. The teenager uses them. They can go in the dishwasher. They can go in the microwave. You can meal prep or just put all their things in there. It's got its own little compartment. They seal tight. They're on Amazon. You can get 20 of them for $10.
They're reusable?
They are. Nice, sturdy construction. You're good to go. And so this is a must. And a few of mine have walked away out of my house, but that's okay.
I've thrown away a few, forgetting that that's actually mine and I should keep it.
I'm happy about it. I'm happy to share. But get some of those, especially if you've got kids. It's back to school. It's easy. The last thing I have, which is actually just something I have become, which I am so not tech savvy, but this one over here got me on Snapchat. And I heard this week, because I was watching the Today Show, about the new Snapchat 3D Bitmoji that I'm like absolutely obsessed with.
Cute.
And literally, and this is bad because my husband and I went on a date night outside at Friday, and I had showed him mine, so then he was like, how do I do it? So we're sitting at the bar waiting for our table playing with our 3Ds.
At least you're interacting together.
Yes, we're doing it together. So I have a couple of pictures here of a couple of them. I'd show you mine, but it's kind of hard to show on the screen here. But they're so much fun, and they literally, move around, and you can move around them by walking around them. I had to kind of look up because initially I didn't know how to actually access it. So just go to Google how to use my 3D Snapchat Bitmoji, and they'll explain all of it. We're probably going to have Leia in a couple of shows or so give us a whole little social media rundown.
Yeah, a little tutorial.
Tutorial.
We need. We're all really good at different social medias, though. Britt's great at Instagram.
Yes.
You're good at Facebook.
I got Facebook down.
And
you're the
I'm good at
Snapchat queen.
So we're gonna do this and help everybody out. But we're gonna wrap up. It's been a fabulous show. It's been a great season so far.
Yeah.
We have so much in store for you, and we're happy to have you join us. I love you, ladies.
We love you.
We love you too. And don't forget, message us, Facebook us, Instagram us, tag us in anything. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
We'd love to post about your business or feature any of your items on our show. So please just reach out.
We have some good things coming up too. We had some folks reach out to us to, promote their business, and we have some fun things in store, right?
We're gonna get you out there and let you see some things that's going on in the DMV and other places. So we want to make sure that you're cued in. So from all of us here at Good Things Family, remember, love one another.
Always be kind, you guys.
And do good things.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.